There we go. Troglodyte.
Is that in second or first?
It's in first, I believe. I think I have it.
Oh, oops. Sharing that again.
Come on. Troll. No, it's in second.
Ah, crap! I just closed it out. Well, I have it. No, I have another version. It's funny. I had two versions of it open.
I wish I knew that
because
I have first and second all in my binder, so it doesn't actually differentiate on the page.
I have it here. Oh, I keep see those folders behind me right there? Those are all my monsters compendiums in that top row. I can't slide my arm up. There we go. Those are my monsters compendiums. That first one is actually missing right now. Is it sitting right next to me? But I still have them broken down in order. Okay, let me this up. Boom, I'm at Troglodyte.
Troglodyte is an example of a honest to goodness bona fide monster. Just a goddamn monster. There is no parlaying with it. There is no reasoning with it. There is no dealing with it. It's a goddamn monster. It would much sooner stab you in the face than look at you. All right, let's start from top to bottom. Climate, subterranean, and mountains. So mountains and caves and mountains.
Ooh, it could be next to the Displacer Beast.
Yeah, sure. Frequency common. They're everywhere. They're like freaking roaches. If you are in the mountains, you are going to run into troglodytes. Sorry. It's going to happen to you. That's what common means.
I don't see these used much anymore, do you?
What's that?
Troglodytes? I don't see them used much anymore.
No, you don't. It's weird, but there you go. You know, it's like walking into a field. You are going to run across a mouse or a rabbit or a snake because they are common. It's going to happen every time. So every time you go in the mountains, you are going to run across troglodytes. Are they going to fight you every time? No. Are you going to see them first? Maybe. Are they going to see you first? Maybe.
Okay, Shadzar says he sees them. Okay, that's good.
Oh, good. Okay. Organization clan. This is a step above pack. You know, a clan will have not just instinctual tactics, but actual proper paramilitary type tactics. Very much like the orc. Intelligence low, dumber than the orc though.
Hey, just as intelligent as a baboon.
There you go. Treasure type A. Doesn't sound great. Alignment,
no,
chaotic
that's freaking
evil.
Amazing.
There's a reason why the chaotic evil alignment, and we're going to get to it when we get to the description.
The A, by the way, is crazy good.
Yeah,
I've got it open. Like, well, I mean, of the high end, 30% chance of any 3 magical items, 50% chance of 2 to 12 art objects, 60% chance of 10 to 40 gems. I could go on with the A is
really good. Okay, yeah. Well. I would say that should have a parenthetical on it because it would be at their base. I
agree.
Yeah, because they're not gonna carry that shit on them.
What, one troglodyte isn't gonna have all that?
No. Number appearing 10 to 100 at a time. Again, just like the orcs, when you see them, you see them out for a purpose. They're going to go and fight some folk. And troglodytes love fighting humans. They love killing humans. That's what they do. That's their job. That's literally banked into their brain, just baked in there. You know, when people talk about, the instinctual lizard brain, that's their whole brain. Because they're lizards. So there it is. All right, let's move down. Armor class 5, that's not a joke. You know, armor class 5 is pretty good.
Chainmail, yep.
But the Thaco of 19, that kind of sucks.
Well, that's for the base. I mean, if you already see these extras down
here.
Yeah,
extra guys will do better, right? Just like the orcs, you know, depending on how many you get in a group, you'll have specials. But movement 12, because they are medium height. They're 6 feet tall. They're medium height. Hit dice 2. That's going to be what, an average of
9. Should be 9.
9? Okay. 9. Okay, fine. 9 hit points.
5 and then 4. 9 every 2 levels is basically the average for hit.
Number of attacks, 3 or 1. claw bite, like all monsters. They have claw bite, or a weapon because they also have thumbs, so they can use weapons. So their claw bite sucks. So that's why if they have a weapon, they'll use that instead. Because, a lot of times the claw and bite, even though it's 3 attacks, will end up being less damage than the 1 weapon attack. Special attack, see below. Special defenses, see below. You're going to hate this shit. Ugh. It's disgusting. No special magic resistance to speak of. Morale is steady because they fight in a paramilitary type unit. So they're going to back each other up. So they're not going to be as easily flusterable as a normal monster. And of course, if there is more of them, you get the specials. Guards, sub-chieftain, and chieftains. Now, troglodytes are a warlike race of carnivorous, there it is again, carnivorous. They only eat meat. That is common for monsters. Monsters that have intelligence, but cannot eat vegetables are not demi-humans. Dwell in the natural subterranean caverns and cracks and crevices of mountains. They hate man above all other creatures and often launch bloody raids on human communities in search of food and steel. Now,
so this is where your orcs combine with the troglodytes. The orcs go after the elves. The troglodytes go after the humans, and you got a green world pretty soon.
Yeah, it's gonna be all monster all the time. Troglodytes stand about 6 feet tall, covered in rough and leathery scales, and have a toothy lizard-like head. Males are easily distinguished from females by the fin-like crest that runs across their heads and down their necks. Coloration for both sexes varies due to the chameleon-like ability to change skin tone, but grayish-brown is most common. Most troglodytes wear little armor other than a leather weapons belt with perhaps a small bag of semi-fresh meat. Leaders adorn their belts with pieces of steel, a sign of power in the troglodyte culture. Troglodytes have excellent infravision. They speak their own language and no other. Okay, so unless you speak troglodyte, you're not going to be able to talk to them. And if you're a human being, they're not going to want to talk to you. They're going to want to kill you. And they have infravision and chameleon ability. That means attacking at night, even though their activity cycle is any. If they're going on a raid, I would only have them do raiding parties at night.
It's really good for them in their underground also.
Exactly. Yeah. But it says here they raid for food and steel, food and weapons. So they have to raid. I would only do that at night. Even though it says their activity is any, they would use their genetic advantages as best they could. With the chameleon ability, they'll be able to blend in at night much better to gain surprise. And with their night vision or infravision, infravision, they would be able to see much further than their main prey, which is human beings. All right, combat. 50% of a troglodyte force use their teeth and claws. The remaining 50% use weapons. Again, that's why when they go on raiding parties, they're looking for food and steel because they constantly need more weapons because they can't make them themselves. Weapons break. That's what happens. And they can't fix them because they're too stupid. So they have to steal them from people who can. Troglodytes prefer ambushes to frontal assaults. Their favorite tactic is to pick a well-trodden mountain and subterranean path, then use their chameleon power to blend in with the surrounding rocks. When a likely target walks by, the troglodyte hurl a volley of javelins. This attack gives the opponent a -4 penalty to their surprise rolls, but only for the first round. I thought surprise was for the first round only, but whatever. After the second volley, the troglodytes descend upon their hapless victims. When angered or engaged in melee, troglodytes secrete an oil that smells disgusting to all humans and demi-humans. Those failing a save versus poison are revolted as to lose 1d6 points of strength, and that lasts for 10 rounds. That is a big debuff.
Yeah, that's gross.
Huge debuff. You could easily go from +1 attack, +1 damage because of your good strength to -1, -2 because of your now bad strength.
Well, you know what? You're talking before about the armor class is pretty good, probably because it's wearing the armor, but its THAC0 is Yep. You start adding this in
up to 6 strength from somebody.
Yeah.
Then their armor class, whatever. I mean, they're not going to hit you.
Passively, you gave this thing its armor class is now instead of a 5, it's like a 1.
Yeah. I mean, if
depending how strong the character
average, was. You have an average strength of what, 10 or 11?
11
for a human.
Yep.
And you roll 3 or 4 on this, and now it's going to be 7, 6. How many minuses is that? 1 or 2?
Don't know off the top of my head, but everyone, man, when you're talking levels that you'd be playing to actually deal with this, you wouldn't be 20th level going after troglodytes.
No, you would be 1 through some 2 through 4 at most.
Yeah, 2 through 4 actually, or 2 through 5, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. So losing one or 2 bonuses to hit is big. It is significant, and that is bananas. And it's a pheromone, so they don't have to touch you with it. They don't have to attack you with it. When you get in melee range, it affects you. There is no save.
I love it. When angered or engaged in melee.
But that's it.
It doesn't say it can. It says when angered or engaged in melee, the troglodytes secrete an oil. Doesn't say maybe.
Doesn't say it can. It instinctively does it. You piss it off or you fight it, you got to roll versus poison.
Is this when you want to be the archer?
Yeah. Really want to be the archer. Okay. Troglodyte society is organized into clans, each clan led by a chieftain, usually the biggest and most fearsome. A number of sub-chiefs are also present, chosen from those troglodytes that most distinguish themselves in battle. For every 10 troglodytes encountered, there's 1 leader with 3 hit dice. For every 20, there's 2 sub-chieftains with 4 hit dice. Groups of 60 or more always include a chief. He's got 6 hit dice with 2d4 guards, 3 hit dice apiece.
And so, those guards will take the blows for him.
Yes. They are guards. They're guards. They're going to guard the chieftain. So if you want to attack the chieftain, you got to get through the guards or
remember the
them somehow.
Chieftain's already proven himself in battle.
Yeah, he doesn't
That's
have
why
to
he's
fight
chief.
you. You're just a piece of shit human or demi-human or whatever, because they hate them all. It doesn't really matter. They just hate humans more. Troglodytes usually set their lair near a human or demi-human settlement. This enables them to prey on both the settlers and their livestock. The lair itself is typically a large cave or cavern with a number of smaller chambers adjoining it for females and hatchlings. Troglodyte lairs contain a number of females equal to 100% of the males. So half of troglodyte society is female. They have equal numbers, equal males and females, except I think the females are non-combatant. Females have 1+1 hit dice and fight to the death in defense of hatchlings. Hatchlings number about half of the male population and are non-combatants. Oh, the females are combatants. Oh, there you go. Good to know. Troglodytes value steel above all else, using it to make javelins and as a form of wealth. Individual troglodytes carrying nothing of real worth, but their lair may contain considerable treasure amassed from the raids on the outside world. Hence the treasure A. So there it is. It didn't have a parenthetical like it should have, but it says in the description that at their lair they have this stuff. On them they've got butkus. On moonless nights, raiding... Oh, here it is. On moonless nights, raiding parties of 50 or more troglodytes venture forth in search of steel and food. These attacks usually target human settlements where the troglodytes can use their infravision and their chameleon power to maximum advantage. There it is. Mostly, you're going to see raiding parties like this, obviously, at night. During the day, it won't happen. During the day, you can get trade routes through the mountains being hit. That's what you're going to get during the day. You're going to hit moving targets during the day. You're going to hit settlements and fortifications at night, because at night is when they are the strongest compared to their prey, which is, most humans do not have infravision and they don't have chameleon ability or the ability to sense any of that stuff. So that's what they do. Strict carnivores, troglodytes prefer human flesh over all others, but they won't hesitate to devour practically anything they can catch, including members of other clans. Few creatures hunt troglodytes, for their taste is said to be even more vile than their odor.
Ew.
So they have no natural predatory enemies because they taste and smell like shit. All right. I get it.
Look, dogs eat their own shit. They got to smell worse than that.
Okay, worse than dog shit. They smell worse than dog shit. And they taste worse than that. Pass. Okay.
Some rich fool is paying like 1,000 platinum for a troglodyte delicacy just to say he did it.
Just to say he did it, and then vomit it up. Or no, it's ultimate weight loss food. Just you eat whatever you want, and then you have a bite of troglodyte, and you'll end up throwing up everything you just ate.
Enforced bulimia.
losing weight all
See,
day.
I don't need to use the finger trick. I can just eat the
Eat the troglodyte meat. Yum, yum. Blah. There you go. But yeah, so troglodytes are monsters. They are straight up monsters. There is no way they can have a functioning society on their own. They have a genetic disdain for all other races, and they have a genetic repulsion system for all other races, because it said specifically that humans and demi-humans consider their natural smell to be extremely repulsive. It didn't say other monsters, it didn't say creatures, it said humans and demi-humans. So they literally cannot have a seat at the table because no one's going to want to sit with them. So there it is. There's the troglodyte.